your own reflection of semester B. Now, for me, I'm going to conclude it with just one photo that is very self-explanatory. Okay, so for all of us, if we want to go anywhere, for example, if I want to go back to school to access some of the documents, to maybe do something that is required by, my job, then I would have to take the RAT test. So I think we've taken it over 1,000 times. And as for today, we have to take it as well. Okay, so that has become part of our lives. And I would say semester B, as with semester A, well, time flies, at least it feels pretty fast for me. However, it's not exactly a very pleasant experience because there are so many unexpected happenings, good and bad, okay? So many unexpected happenings, good and bad. So I wouldn't say everything is all bad, okay? So I'm not exactly very negative about it, but I would say that there's so many unexpected things that come up every single day, if not every single week. So a week ago, we were worried that Hong Kong is not going to recover until by the end of the year. And then 2 weeks later, it seems like people are out and about again. So many unexpected happenings. And we've learned, I believe, we've all learned to just live with the reality. If not, we have to put up with the reality. So put up with, it has the same meanings as tolerate, 忍耐、忍受。即係話咧，現實係唔係咁理想噶啦。咁但係我諗咧，過去嗰1-2年，香港人咧以前咧都比較係可以話比較嬌生慣養一啲啦，我哋比較有優越感一啲啦。但係近呢2年咧，我哋係謙虛咗、humble 咗好多嘅。點解咧？因為我哋嘅日常生活當中，我哋太多無奈啦。我哋已經學識咗去接受呢啲無奈啦。We've learned to live with or to put up with the reality or to put up with something that we're not happy about, okay? Things that we aren't exactly satisfied with, okay? So for those of us who have, or you could say for those of us who are capable of moving, they would maybe leave Hong Kong, okay? So for those of us who still want to stay, or choose to stay, then we'll have to put up with, or would have to learn to live with the reality, or at least live with things that we're not 100% happy about. Okay, so I think that's pretty much my reflection for the last term, if not the last year. So what might be yours? Okay, so you can just type in key points like what I did. Okay, so you can give me point form if you want to. So this is my reflection. What might be yours? Okay, so I'm going to give you maybe like 2 minutes to give me your reflection of last year or maybe semester B only, and we'll see, do we share more or less the same reflection of feelings? All right, so now we see semester B is homework presentations finally is going to end. Okay, so this sounds like a pretty positive reflection after all. Good. We have Kai Yi, and Kai Yi is giving us a sleepy face. So it seems like Kai Yi has been sleeping a lot in semester B, is it? So Kai Yi, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Okay, so, hello, morning. And does it mean that you have been sleeping a lot this semester?
Because there must have been makes me feel very tired.
Okay, so because Staying at home makes you feel very tired.
Yes.
I see. So it's always a temptation to go back to bed in between lessons, especially. Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Igra, happy that finally can take a break, which it was face-to-face though. So this one is from Igra. Yes, of course. I would say that if it were face-to-face, or at least for some of the sessions, if it were face-to-face, then of course the effectiveness and general efficiency would be much, much, much better. Consider the fact that a lot of your courses are very much face-to-face based. The way or the original design of the curriculum is for a face-to-face delivery, right? 正如你哋嘅 ECE core 啊，或者譬如話好多個 language 嘅成分嘅嘢咧，都係我哋寫嘅時候或者準備嘅時候咧，我哋係想咧 face-to-face 咁樣教噶嘛，即係我哋嘅想像係咁樣。咁但係咧，你變咗 online 嘅時候咧，其實有啲嘢嘅成效會減半啦，甚至乎咧。有好多嘢係唔能夠俾你即係一種好直接嘅震撼噶嘛，即係我哋其實譬如話想俾一啲嘅例子你睇嘅時候，如果係 face to face 嘅時候，咁就算老師企出嚟成個 demonstration 都會比較好啲。So that is something that well, I would say that is so much that we teachers could do with the constraint that everything stays online. Okay, so thank you. That's how most of us felt as well. You can't meet your friends. And 98% of your ASM are done. Okay, so that's something to be happy about. And all Zoom and Zoom, yes. So it's basically Zoom fatigue for most of us, yes. And yes, this one online and so many assignments, yes. I have to agree. When things go online, well, I have to say the reality is that when things go online, the school would have some pressure to check if students are really following and learning. And then, of course, the teachers would have the pressure of assigning more homework to you than originally designed. Because we have to check if you're actually paying attention, if you're actually doing this or that. So, well, that actually adds a lot of pressure to both teachers and students. And yes, worried about your secondary 3 brother. You have shown improvement in studies. May I know what kind of things are you worried about for your secondary 3 brother? Is it because he's doing, he's studying at secondary schools and it seems like it's not very effective for him because things go on Zoom. So would you mind telling me what this is? Yes, may I know who this is? Yes, worried about your secondary 3 brother. Yes, hello? Yes, Sidra. Yes, hello. Would you mind explaining a bit more about this?
Yeah, because he's having some classes, but I think it's not really helpful for him. So
yes. So you do see that he was doing online classes, but it's not at all helpful to him.
Yes.
Okay, I see. Yes, thank you. Now, it has been discussed. Okay, it has been discussed in a lot of academic study and research that girls are generally better at the very conventional one-way delivery of the conventional classroom than boys. Which is why when things go online, when it has become Zoom teaching, I would say that girls would still survive, most of them. But for boys, the effectiveness is usually, cut by 50% because it's already difficult for them to concentrate when things are face-to-face. And it's even more difficult for them, okay, when things go online. So that's why. And I do see that in a lot of local students as well, not just your brother. So hopefully, now that I think for some schools, they are resuming classes face-to-face, well, just before summer holiday. I hope that the last month could help, okay? And then this one is from Sammy with very good doodling. So Sammy's like homework, group project, and presentation, listening to the lesson. Not always like this. My mom won't let me. Okay. So sometimes you'll be listening to the lesson instead of really looking at the screen, right? And I totally understand, which is why sometimes I do realize that even if I were a student back then, okay, I sort of did it this way as well for at least half of the term, okay? And this one is from Sammy. And Finally, relax. Yes, Sem B. And then after a couple of months, it's semester A again. And I have to say, year 2 is not going to be very, very easy. Year 2 is not going to be a bed of roses, but still, you would have a good experience preparing for the MEC 嚇。咁 MEC 咧就係我哋每一年度啊，每一屆 EC 學生嘅一個重頭戲嚇。咁你哋會負責一個咧係叫做一個幼兒教育嘅展覽啦，係會去 showcase 你哋嘅 handcrafts 啦咁樣嘅。咁我諗到咗你哋做 MEC 嗰一屆嘅時候咧，應該已經係會回復正常，可以 face to face 啦，就會有好多客人啦嚇，好多客人好多 guest 啦，會嚟到親自去睇噶啦。咁當然我都會嘅。Okay, so I'll also be attending the MEC next year in person, hopefully. Okay, all right. So so that I get to see you guys graduating. 咁啊，希望咧來年嘅時候咧，我都可以親眼見到你哋完成個 MEC 啦，同埋可以睇住你哋咧畢業啦。Okay, all right. So now let's go back to our taster session for Easy 3. So as I was saying, year 2 study is not going to be a bed of roses. However, I can maybe give you some good news first. In your year 2 study, as for the English course, it's not going to be very, very difficult, except that we have switched the focus to reading and writing. However, that's good because reading and writing means you have no group work. You do not have to cooperate with anyone. So everyone is on your own. 咁咧嚟到 Year 2嘅時候咧，嘅英文會做乜嘢嘅咧？咁我哋咧就會係做一個嘅reading 同埋 writing 嘅 course 嘅。